Do we think a Magic Kingdom perfect day starts with the ferry pulling away from us and we're still gonna go get on it? No. Oh wait, there's another ferry. Yes. All right, so I am coming from the Transportation and Ticket Center. If you're heading to Magic Kingdom, you might be coming via bus, in which case you're gonna go over there to the gates. If you're coming over from the Epcot Resort area, you'll likely take the monorail. You have to get off the monorail here and get on another monorail or ferry boat over to Magic Kingdom. If you're parking, you will get on a ferry boat or monorail to go over to Magic Kingdom. The monorail, usually a little bit faster, but it's actually pretty close and kind of a toss-up. It sort of depends on how many boats are running and things like that. If you do not see a boat sitting at the dock with people getting on it, don't get on the ferry, go get on the monorail. But if you see a super long line backed up for the monorail, like I just saw this morning, go get on the ferry boat. Other bonus of the ferry boat, as I super don't recommend getting your morning coffee in Magic Kingdom. Get it at your hotel beforehand, or if you're coming to the Transportation and Ticket Center, grab it from the Dwarfs that's here, like I did, and sip it on your way to Magic Kingdom when you're on the ferry boat, which is a delightful experience. It is park open right about now, so we're not getting a full rope drop in, but you don't necessarily need one. There's a couple of different ways to do a Magic Kingdom morning. And I know that when I used to plan trips to Disney World, I never made it for a true rope drop. Rope drop is getting to the parks right when they open, or really before they open. And we use that word to talk about the first 1 to 2 hours of the park day when the lines are a lot shorter. Now, for Magic Kingdom in particular, because you do have this sort of leg of travel to get across the lagoon, it can take a long time to get there in the morning. With the park opening pretty early, that can mean leaving your hotel around 7:30. If you have early entry is often at 8:30. Of course, if you do, there's a big benefit. You can head straight to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Peter Pan's Flight or Jungle Cruise, and to get on some of the most popular rides in the park with extremely short lines. I did it just the other day, and I got on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train in 19 minutes. The thing about rope drop is that yes, it saves you wait once the park day starts, but typically you'll find yourself waiting a really long time before you can go ride stuff, because you have to get there before the park gets really maximized. So you're not really waiting any less, it's just you're losing less of your park day. We've got 12, maybe you have 13, 14, 15 hours ahead of you in the park. Maybe you really want to maximize, maybe you don't want to run yourself ragged. Right around park open, you'll notice one thing: transportation is a little chiller than it is about 30 minutes prior to park open. And you'll get in, I'm gonna be in the park like 10 minutes after it opens. So we're gonna lose out on that first very good short line. Other than that, we have a coffee and a little bit easier of a morning, which is also good. It's about 7 minutes from once your boat or monorail starts moving. It's 6 to 7 minutes across the lagoon. It's the same for monorail and boat. So it really kind of just depends on how fast they're loading, on how fast you get over there and which one is faster. I'm a boat truther. I love the boat, but if I'm in a rush, I will often pick the monorail because it's a little more consistent. So I have purchased the pay to skip the line option in Disney World, which is Lightning Lane Multipass. There are a couple different ways you can use Lightning Lanes, and these help you skip the standby lines for some attractions. With Lightning Lane Multipass, you get access to a lot of different attractions around all of the parks. You can make 3 reservations to skip the line. There's our timed reservations. They give you a return time that's an hour. You make 3 reservations at a time. When you use one, you can book a new one. So all day you can kind of be booking new Lightning Lanes. We'll be doing that today, so I'll show you what I mean. There's also Lightning Lane Single Pass, which lets you ride some of the most popular rides in Disney World for an a la carte fee. With Multipass, you pay 1 fee, and then you get to make reservations for a bunch of rides all day. For Single Pass, you pay a fee to skip just 1 line, but it's a really good one. In this park, there's 2 Single Pass attractions, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Tron Light Cycle Run. I did not purchase Single Pass because I do not think you need both Multipass and Single Pass to have a great day. I ended up opting for Multipass because part of having a great day in Magic Kingdom is also not spending a ton of money. So I did opt for Multipass this morning. Magic Kingdom is a park that I will tend to purchase Multipass for because it just has so many attractions. And even attractions like Magic Carpets with Aladdin or Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid that can have short lines a lot of the day can get, 30-minute lines, 40-minute lines midday. And it's not too difficult to get Lightning Lanes for those when that does happen. So it just makes navigating Magic Kingdom a little bit smoother, means you spend less time in lines and can ride a bunch of fun stuff. Plus with Lightning Lane, you book 3 of your things in advance before you even purchase. And I was able to get a pretty early morning Jungle Cruise. When you're booking in advance with Lightning Lane, there is a tier system. You can book 1 attraction as a tier 1. I picked Jungle Cruise, and 2 attractions as tier 2s. After you use your first Lightning Lane, that tier system goes out the window and you can book whatever you want pending availability. So once we ride Jungle Cruise this morning, we're gonna see what we can do otherwise. My first stop actually is gonna be Town Square Theater to meet Mickey Mouse. Now, the reason I'm meeting Mickey, I typically don't do this first thing, but he's a 20-minute posted wait. He will get a much longer wait later in the day, hour plus. Typically, the way to maximize to really do the most is by zigzagging all around Magic Kingdom, taking a ton of steps. And something I hear a lot is that that's really not what folks want to do. They want to enjoy each area of Magic Kingdom for itself. So that's my goal today, is to actually go mostly in order. Here's what I'm saying. The line is all the way out into the hallway. They're opening the rest of the room for the queue. If you've got little kiddos where this is a must-do, especially little kiddos who can't handle a long wait in line, then heading in early is a good idea. Hi Mickey, how's it going? Oh, it's pretty good over here. I just need to show you. So I wore socks today, and on this one is Minnie, and on this one is you. Pretty good, right? Yeah. Yeah. I love that picture of her. She's so pretty there. Aw, yeah. You guys have the cutest love story. Mickey Mouse. So the way the character meet and greets work is that there are either photographers or they will have like auto cameras that can take a picture of you, and then you scan your park ticket or Magic Band to add that to your account at the end. Don't forget to do that. Either scan with the photographer or scan the little kiosk. You do have to pay for those pictures with a thing called Memory Maker if you want a photo package. I think you can also get them individually in the app. The cast members that are there will also hold your phone and take a picture of you and Mickey, so you don't have to pay for pictures to get pictures with Mickey. I think that we're gonna cruise up Main Street for now. We will, of course, be back at Main Street today, towards the end of the day, to do some shopping, to see maybe a parade and some fireworks tonight. This is Main Street Bakery. We skipped this spot because if you look in, you'll see a huge line. That is why, if you want coffee, you get it outside of this park. Once you get into the park, the coffee options are that Starbucks, which always has a super long line until about midday, and then the line still stays pretty long, or a Joffrey's in Tomorrowland, which also gets insanely long lines in the morning. I'm now in line for my castle photo because you can't have a Magic Kingdom day without getting a castle picture. And there's lots of photographers up and down Main Street, so keep an eye out for who has a short line. They wear green shirts or blue jackets. Usually it's bright lime green shirts. Most of the year, you're not in jackets if you're in Florida. All right, a nice morning started on Main Street is gonna take us into Adventureland. And we've got some fun stuff to do at Adventureland. Some of my favorite rides in the whole park are in here, which is awesome. Some great shows. It is about time for our Jungle Cruise Lightning Lane, which we want to go ahead and use because remember, that tier system goes out the window as soon as we use that Jungle Cruise Lightning Lane. So after that, I can change maybe my Haunted Mansion or Winnie the Pooh for something like Tiana's or maybe Space Mountain if I want it, although that'll be much later. It'll just give us a little more freedom once we scan into that first Lightning Lane. So that's what I want to go ahead and do first. And it also works out because Jungle Cruise is like right up here. Should we do the treehouse first? We should do the treehouse first. Obviously, the better optimized thing to do right now would be to rush over to Jungle Cruise and get that Lightning Lane scanned as soon as it starts. Because a perfect day shouldn't be optimized. You shouldn't be stressed about everything going perfectly and you doing everything right. We're gonna go where the whims take us also today. A little bit of both. Ooh, ah, wow. I'm doing a bad job of filming this. Ooh, ah, the view, the jungle lookout. There was a little boy with his grandpa behind me, and he had a blast. And when they got down, his grandma said, "How was that? Was it fun?" And he said, "Yeah, I want to do it again." He was like, "I want to go up and down all those stairs again." And his grandparents were like, "Not right now." Before our Lightning Lane, we are going to do two things: breakfast and Pirates of the Caribbean. Not necessarily in that order. Pirates of the Caribbean posted wait is about 10 minutes right now. You can get on it a little easier in the morning, but this hands down is a must do. This is one of my favorite rides in all of Disney World. I think it might be the best. I don't know, fight me. 10-minute post away is awesome. It'll be like, you might say, oh, it's a pretty long queue in front of me. This queue moves extremely quickly, especially in the morning. This does look long. I think max it's gone up to 15, which is also still doable for us. They have made some additions to this ride that feature those characters from the film. You will see Captain Jack Sparrow. You will see Captain Barbossa. There's a little plot of Jack Sparrow looking for the treasure, but mostly you're gonna see a lot of pillaging, plundering, piracy antics, and a pretty catchy song, Yo Ho, Yo Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me. This is one of the rides that put Disney on the map originally, made Disney what it is when it's opened in Disneyland. Very, very famous attraction, very fun, you can't miss it. Okay, wait was a bit longer, but it was only 20 minutes. It just definitely did spike up right when we were getting in line, which will happen if there's super short waits. It does put us in a little bit of a pinch to catch our mobile order. Luckily, it's like right next door because I did mobile order breakfast from Golden Oak Outpost. There's no great breakfast in Adventureland, so we're gonna go get great breakfast in Frontierland before popping back into Adventureland. Golden Oak Outpost is literally right here. And like this is still part of Adventureland. That's Frontierland, so it's fine. It's fine. There's a sweet and a savory option. I went for the savory. They do have beignets here to go with Tiana's Bayou adventure. They're fine. I don't think they're very good beignets, but if you really want a sweet breakfast, I do think this is one of the more exciting sweet breakfasts on the side of the park. But we are just going to say that we're here, so they will go ahead and prepare our order. How's that for breakfast? Now, there is some limited seating by Golden Oak. It is often full. There's a little bit more next door. A lot in the sun, also often full. There is a ton of seating back at Adventureland. So look, we're actually eating the breakfast in Adventureland. So I'm sticking to my guns. Tortuga Tavern is a seasonally open restaurant. So not open right now. Typically not open, honestly. And it's got all this beautiful shady seating. Makes it super easy. They also have sauces out, which is awesome because they didn't at Golden Oak, and I have a ton of tater tots. All right, delicious breakfast complete. Nice, quick and easy breakfast. That's what I recommend if you do breakfast in the parks at all, is to do something quick. Of course, there's table service breakfast options if you want to do one. I really love the character breakfast with Winnie the Pooh and friends at Crystal Palace. They just take up a lot of that valuable morning time when lines are low. And even a quick breakfast takes up some of that time when lines are low. So if you don't have Lightning Lane, it might be something to consider is grabbing your breakfast on the way to the park before the park opens, that kind of thing. So we're gonna head on Jungle Cruise, skipping about an hour line here. This is a really popular ride with a really low capacity because it is a long ride and those boats are actually moving through the ride. But it is a boat ride. In fact, I like to call it jokes and boats because you are taking a jungle boat through the rivers of the world while a witty, funny skipper tells you some typically very punny jokes.
Unfortunately for everybody, he's my ex-boyfriend. Yeah, we're really working on the avoidance strategy today. I'm avoiding him by going around the river in circles, and he's trying to avoid me by climbing up the corporate ladder. So clearly, I'm like, I'm just going absolutely nowhere.
My favorite thing that she did was we came out of the dark tunnel, and she went back to talking, and her sunglasses were on upside down. She didn't mention it. It was just like she just had her sunglasses on upside down. It's pretty funny. Okay, I'm feeling good about our Adventureland so far. I need to book a new Lightning Lane. I should have done that when I scanned in, but I will do it in a second. Again, we're not stressing about Lightning Lane today. We are using it to our advantage and not going crazy about it. If you want to see us go crazy about it, really maximize, and you should watch this just to learn the system, go ahead and take a look at any of my Lightning Lane challenges. I just recently did one here in Magic Kingdom. We'll show you all about maximizing it. If you understand how to maximize it, you'll understand better how to use it casually. I'm gonna do the Enchanted Tiki Room. The next show is in 12 minutes, which gives us time to grab a Dole Whip. Before we do that, we're gonna book it through here to catch the second half of the Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade. I just saw Miguel go by, which means the front is happening right now. This is basically a mini parade that happens around 11 a.m. and it only happens once, but it does have a lot of characters that you can't really see easily elsewhere or quickly. So Merida, Tiana, there's Raya, Judy Hopps. If you're in the area around 11, this goes the full parade route from right here next to Tiana's Bayou Adventure all the way down Main Street, so keep your eyes peeled. The Enchanted Tiki Room is a quick show. It's about 10 minutes long. It is a classic. The original Enchanted Tiki Room is actually how Walt Disney invented animatronics, or had the idea for animatronics that his team then invented. Those bird animatronics are based on some of the original animatronics ever. Quick stop for Dole Whip. There is no mobile order at Aloha Isle, and this line does get longer. It is, you know, late enough for Dole Whip. Nobody's here to stop me. I'm in Disney World. I'm on vacation. I'm actually working, but I get to say I'm on vacation when I'm working because I'm at Disney World. Now we're going to head into the Enchanted Tiki Room with our Dole Whip. Vibes will be impeccable. I did get distracted having a great time in the Tiki Room, and still haven't booked a new lightning lane, so that's what we're doing now. I have Haunted Mansion for later. Tiana's is not currently available, but we might see if we can get it while we hop into Country Bear Jamboree. When a lightning lane is unavailable, that does not mean they're gone for good. People are canceling lightning lanes all the time. Sometimes new ones are dropped in the middle of the day. So you want to refresh and keep looking. We're going to into Country Bear Musical Jamboree. This is a refresh of a classic attraction featuring animatronic bears singing Disney songs in country styles. It is a super cute show. Everyone sings along. It is funny. The bears are awesome. So I definitely recommend seeing this one. It's also great to get out of the heat and out of the crowds, and you're not going to have to wait more than one show to see it. So next show's in 10 minutes, gives us some time to chill and refresh for a minute. Wonderful show by the bears, as always. Got this construction next to me. Very sad. Sad and happy, both can be true. These walls are blocking view of the drained rivers of America and the gone Tom Sawyer Island, this whole area is transformed to a new Cars section of Frontierland. I'm pretty excited about the concept art. I like cars. I don't love cars, and I loved Tom Sawyer Island, but I also recognize that I loved it because nobody went there and you could sit in a rocking chair in the quiet, which is, you know, this will be a lot better for crowd flow in the rest of the park. It's more rides, more memories to be made in the future. So sad, happy, both are true. Really quite sad about the Liberty Bell as well, but just true that it didn't suck up all the people that it used to back when the park first opened, so I understand. But huge construction walls are here for a while. Cruising into Liberty Square. Not really too much here. I do think I'm going to skip Hall of Presidents today. It's like a 30-minute time commitment and not really a must-do. I don't think I'm going to include it in my perfect day unless we're like, you know, have all the time in the world for whatever reason. Everybody in the park leaves and all the waits are short. Speaking of waits, I do think I'm gonna wait in a line right now, and that is because Haunted Mansion has a posted 30-minute wait. Now I have a lightning lane later for Haunted Mansion, but 30 minutes just really isn't that bad for it. I'm here now, and the time that I would save with that lightning lane, I might lose by having to backtrack back over here anyway. So I think I'm just gonna wait in the 30-minute line. That's really not too shabby, and then we'll be done. And the only reason we'll have to come back over here is hopefully when we get that Tiana's lightning lane later. Haunted Mansion is a dark ride, a definite must-do because it takes you into a haunted mansion where there's 999 happy haunts, but room for 1,000. Another of those classic Disney rides, a favorite for many, definitely up there for me. And 30 minutes is about the max I would wait for it, but 30 minutes is not too bad for this ride, and it's often a little bit shorter than posted. Like I would expect 25 to 30 here. Right, the wait was spot on 30 minutes for me to get in the door, and I just missed it. I swear that tombstone just looked at me. She's looking at you. Her eyes are open. What?
With ghoulish delight.
This way, mortals. All the way forward.
This chamber has no windows and no doors.
Well, before we go grab lunch, I might check, because we're right by, it's a small world. Earlier when I was refreshing lightning lanes, I was able to get a Peter Pan's flight, but I was not able to get Tiana's, which is actually preferable because I find Tiana's easier to get on, especially this is the time of year where the heat starts to wane in the afternoon and the evening. And then it's a small world I don't have right now, but if we can get on it easily, I might do that real quick before we go grab some lunch. All right, confirmed. Small world's only 15 minutes right now, so I think we hop in it. Looks like the line is moving pretty quick. Gotta get that iconic ride knocked out. Now, Small World will be like a walk-on 5-minute wait later in the evening, but we will be very busy with fireworks and parades and antics later in the evening, so we're gonna go ahead and knock it out now. You know what I learned on that ride? I learned that it's a world of laughter and it's a world of fun. And that there's a lot of children singing a song that's going to be stuck in my head for the rest of the day. And now, I know that we've just forayed into Fantasyland for the first time. We're going to leave it because I'm going to go grab lunch back on Main Street. So we're going to pop down to Casey's Corner, which is a great spot to get lunch. It is hot dogs, corn dog nuggets, that kind of thing, loaded fries. Fantasyland, particularly when it comes to meals, doesn't have a lot of real standouts. Friar's Nook has some loaded tots that are good, but I wouldn't say great. So we're gonna go get some great corn dog nuggets by popping over to Casey's Corner and hanging out on Main Street for a bit before continuing our Magic Kingdom exploration. Okay, just like I wanted, our timing was perfect because we are catching one of Mickey's magical friendship fairs on the stage up there. This is the castle show with lots of characters, lots of live dancing, songs you'll recognize. It is super cute. It's about a 20-minute show. If you want to go stand up there and watch it, you can do that. I recommend doing it earlier or later. Check what times the earliest and latest showings are because you are pretty much in direct sunlight to stand up there and watch it. My preference is to grab a bite to eat and watch it from afar in the shade, which is what we're going to be doing. But it's a super cute show. It's definitely one of Fry's favorites. So if you want to get up close, I encourage it. Just be prepared to be in direct sun. So just like earlier, I do recommend doing that mobile order to skip any lines. Only reason you can't do this is if you have a very specific allergy. You can make modifications, but not super specific ones. Or if you need to pay in cash, you'll have to head in. But we can mobile order, and it was ready very quickly. Corn dog nuggets acquired, and I did get oranges instead of fries because I had so many tater tots for breakfast. Leave me be. Okay, decisions were made because I finished my corn dog nuggets pretty quickly, and you want to know something? I ate both my oranges. We gotta look over at Anastasia and Drusella because they are hilarious, and you can meet them. I do recommend meeting a villain because it's typically funny and fun. I decided to go into Fantasyland instead of going over into Tomorrowland because even though we've got later lightning lanes in both lands, it kind of makes it a toss-up. But I noticed the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is currently temporarily closed. So I want to come be over here near it because that could be how we get on it quickly. That and Tron and Tiana's are the three that I think we might end up with a long wait if we want to ride all three of them today. That's why I'm hoping to grab us a Lightning Lane for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Tron are not included with Lightning Lane Multipass. They're Lightning Lane Single Pass, which means we're not going to be able to skip those lines. So we have to be ready to stomach a long wait. I made that decision when I decided not to get Lightning Lane, and we didn't come rope drop them because Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is available to resort guests, and at rope drop on a medium busy day, it's still going to be a 30-ish plus minute line. We're probably going to find ourselves in a 30 to 40 minute wait time for it by playing our cards right today, just by going at duller times for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, like maybe when the parade starts, or hopefully earlier if we can catch it right when it comes back up. There are actually, typically for Tron, dips around 3 p.m. and then again towards the end of the evening. We're going to try to get that 3 p.m. dip. Basically, if I wait less than an hour for Tron or an hour, I'm happy. Kind of same for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Looks like, I'm looking if they have the queue cleared for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It looks like no, but it does look like the queue is pretty far up. So we do want to hang out because that means it's probably going to come up soon. And they aren't letting new people into the queue. So we're going to stay in this area for sure. They're making announcements on the ride track right now to the staff, so they're definitely still working on it. Next up, I think Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid is going to be our goal, which is right here. This is a very high capacity ride, so even though it's a popular dark ride that tells the story of the Little Mermaid, where you ride in a clamshell under the sea, so you here go from mermaid to legs, to mermaid and legs at the end. I guess she's not both. I would say a must-do. I would just say don't wait more than 20 minutes for this. But the good news is it's very high capacity, so most of the time you won't have to. Right now the posted wait is 15 minutes. Every time I'm walking through this outdoor portion of this queue, which is gorgeous by the way, all these beautiful coastal rocks, I wonder, is the bird poop real or fake? I feel like it's fake. Yeah. I don't know though. I don't know if all of it's fake.
Head over fins and luck.
A delightful ride that you can ride for the short range midday, I'll take it. That is a huge tip about perfect days, and that is to have your must-dos in mind and let those beat everything else out. And then everything else kind of gets to be a cherry on top of the must-dos that you do. That's 100% happening to us today. So far, so good. I've hit a couple of my total must-dos like Pirates and Haunted Mansion and Jungle Cruise. I have a total must-do in Tron, so that will be a must. And then I think a really high must-do on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. One thing that's true about rides being down is that a lot of times when they come back up, it will take between like 3 and 5 minutes for the app to update. So if someone is just keeping an eye on the app, nobody on it, but it's running, I think we might want to maybe just stare at the ride entrance for a couple minutes or get a little dessert. I know I've already had dessert today, but again, I'm in Disney World, I'm on vacation, it's a perfect day. The catch is sometimes you'll stand there and stand there and stand there and then they won't say it's reopening and then you'll just keep standing there. So my rule for this is always have a cutoff. I'm willing to give this about 10 minutes because it looks like it's about that close to open, but I don't want to waste a ton of my day hoping for this ride to open. All right, they're starting to fill in the line now. It's still, so they started filling line at 3:01. I will tell you when it updates that the line is open in the app to tell you how important it is to be close to closed rides to see when they open. So it was about 2 minutes in person before the app updates. And then you have to wait for people to get over here from wherever they are if they're keeping an eye on the app. So if you're nearby, it's gonna give you a benefit. It immediately opened up with a posted 50-minute wait. I would guess that we're gonna get a bit shorter of a wait than 50 minutes. Two things happen when a ride goes down. One, it's been down for long enough that a lot of people have gotten out of the queue. But even more important is that the lightning lanes, everybody who had a lightning lane for this time was issued an experience redemption that they can use at any time to come back and ride this ride. That means that they were probably like, oh, well, we'll do it later, or we'll do it when it comes back up. And they went somewhere else because they don't have the stress of getting a short wait on it because they have a lightning lane, which means even if this line is pretty full of people, it will move faster because all those people who are supposed to be the lightning lane right now are not, because they all got issued experience redemptions. It's definitely really moving, the line. We still haven't come to a stop yet, and I'm on my way inside right now, and people are way inside right now haven't come to a stop, so things are looking good. I do think this is going to mean we miss Festival of Fantasy because the line opened back up right at 3, but that's okay. This was where I must do. And I'm more happy that we're getting a short wait for this. Y'all, 12, oh, my watch turned off. 12 minutes. I started moving at 3:01, 12 minutes. That's better than road shopping this. I road shopped this like last month without resort guest, and it took 19 minutes. So that's amazing. Incredible, could not have gone better. I waited like, what, 5 minutes outside the line and then 12 minutes once the ride reopened for the like most popular ride in the park. That was awesome. I do think we missed the parade. Should we go glance? Let's go glance. So sorry to interrupt. But clearly, if you're this far into this video, you are looking to unlock those niche, secret, very pro tips. You're probably already down with the basics. You know the transportation, you know lightning lane. Or maybe you're new here, but you're also cool with the usual. I get it, you know the basics. But what takes someone from being your everyday guest to leveling up to being like a real, true Disney expert. You don't have to ride everything in one day, I'll tell you that much. It's really just knowing the kind of quirky, niche, oddly specific tips, and for that reason, our team has painstakingly created
definitive guides to having a perfect day in Disney World.
And they're free. For more help planning your perfect day in Magic Kingdom, you can get our free guide by heading to AllEars.net/perfectdaymk or by scanning the QR code on your screen. They're helpful. All right. Yeah, we're catching the tail end here. I'm all right with that because we get to see Maleficent over there just breathe some fire. I can still see the Peter Pan float. Good compromise. I would say you should consider making the parade a must-do. I was not a huge parades person, I thought, so I never really saw this parade. But then my brother and I decided to watch it when we were here one time. We were like, why don't we watch this? It rules. I got to see the last 3-ish floats, 3.5 floats of the parade. I'm clearing out early because that whole group of people that's watching the parade is about to go dump back into the park and start heading to rides. Rides that all look like they have short waits because the waits drop during the parade. So people are gonna go, oh, that's the shortest I've seen Tron all day. Oh, that's the shortest I've seen Mad Tea. Our 7 Dwarfs also kind of shot our Tron parade time plan in the foot, but that's okay because we got 7 Dwarfs, and if I stomach a long way for Tron, I stomach a long way for Tron. The 2 that I want to catch left in Fantasyland right now are Mad Tea Party and Dumbo, because I've already done Small World, I've done 7 Dwarfs, and I have lightning lanes for later in the day for Peter Pan's Flight and for Winnie the Pooh. And I want to knock out Tron over there and hopefully Carousel of Progress and People Mover. Carousel of Progress is currently down, so that would have to come back out for me to be able to do it. Even though I am closer to Mad Tea Party, I'm actually going to go to Dumbo first because Dumbo does have a tendency to get busier. I am riding Dumbo right now as pretty much a walk-on, which seems like it should be something that's normal. It's not. It's actually pretty easy to get a walk-on. It's actually pretty hard to get a walk-on for Dumbo, unless you're riding it very early, very late, or during parade time, like I am right now. I'm on Dumbo. I'm having a good day. You guys having a good day? I miss when Timothy was at the top of these holding a feather. He's over there now. He used to be on the top of the ride when I was a kid before they doubled Dumbo. And now they put him over there because there's only one of them. I think they should have made another and put him at the top of both. I don't know, I'm nostalgic for that. Nostalgic for Timothy Q Mouse holding his feather on top of Dumbo. All right, you guys think Mad Tea Party is still chill? Mad Tea Party is still a super short wait. Teacup acquired.
I anti-Spain on the teacups. I will spin this again when I ride in a small child, and I need to show them who's boss. So I think is the point of the teacups, is for moms and dads everywhere to really, really spin their kid in circles fast. Your kid basically, metaphorically, and sometimes physically, drives you around in circles. So this is your attribution, as on this bad boy.
Look how relaxed I am. You see how chill the spinning is comparatively to like what they're doing? Other purple teacups going crazy. There is a dad and a son going absolutely insane. As you probably noticed, having the best day in Magic Kingdom does not mean doing everything. Certainly does not mean doing everything. In most cases, for most people, doing literally everything in Magic Kingdom is really, really slog. It's a lot. Obviously, all the individual things you do are fun, but it can make the day very, very tiring, which that a perfect day does not make. You get what I mean. If that does sound like your perfect day, worry not. We have plenty of challenges on the channel where we try to do everything in Magic Kingdom in just one day. Using Lightning Lane. I also have ridden every ride in Disney World in one day. It took me many tries and literally years to do, but I did it. Soon, I will be doing a challenge where I try to get through as much as I possibly can in Magic Kingdom. Hopefully everything without the use of Lightning Lane at all. That will be coming to the channel very soon. So don't worry, I have that covered for you. Ooh, Carousel of Progress is back up. Honestly, I'm gonna do Carousel of Progress. Carousel of Progress is another one of those historic Disney attractions. This also is an attraction developed for that 1964-65 World's Fair. It takes you in a spinning theater through a stage show where the actors are animatronics, going through the history of progress and technological development, new things coming throughout the last century-ish. And soon it is getting an update where there will be an animatronic of Walt Disney added to the attraction. A really cool experience with really awesome animatronics, and it's the longest continuously running stage show in the US, I think, because all the actors are robots, which makes it a lot easier.
It looks like the Robins are getting ready to celebrate Valentine's Day today. What year is it? Oh, right around the turn of the century. And believe me, things couldn't be any better than they are today.
Give him a left, you big log.
Ah, yes, a new age of electronic civilization is upon us.
I love that show. I also feel like I needed a little rest, so that was great. I now want to knock out People Mover real quick, I think. Buzz is currently closed for refurbishment. So we just really have People Mover. My Space Mountain Lightning Lane should be right after People Mover. And then I'm a little hungry, so we might have first portion of dinner before our Beacon Barrel reservation. I also would like to do Tron before then. I have lofty goals. Okay, I was looking up the Tron wait time, and I was staying next to Lunching Pad, and the hunger went out, so we are having part one of dinner. I went with the Cuban hot dog, which is loaded with like Cuban toppings, and as you can see, they seriously load their hot dogs up here. Also, I went with the Lunching Pad, which is probably helpful to know. Very small menu. This is like a grab and go spot. This is like a full meal size hot dog, obviously loaded up with like relish and crumblies and sauces, and they're really like big hot dogs, and they come with chips. And then I got a frozen Coke because it's time for a pick-me-up. That was just a really tasty hot dog, perfectly what I wanted, and I can eat it pretty quick so we can get on with the rest of our Tomorrowland antics. Frozen Coke was both a good idea and a bad idea. 4 p.m. is when I crash every time in Magic Kingdom, so you have the 4:30 or 5 p.m. Coca-Cola, which then picks you back up and causes Gremlin Hour a lot of the time, which is where you start to be a little wacky. But what I've done is I ate the hot dog really fast because I was really hungry, and now I have the Coke. I had a lot of hot dogs today. Why did I do that? Because corn dogs are hot dogs. We'll call them different things. But I have to drink this really fast. I'm getting brain freeze. A great must-do that's super easy to ride almost all the time is Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. It is a tram that you see going by in the sky. Takes you on a tour around Tomorrowland. Super relaxing attraction that also takes you inside some of the rides, which is really cool. Right now the line looks long. This is 10 minutes max, 15 maybe.
Greetings, intergalactic travelers. Welcome aboard the People Mover, presented by Airlines. I'm Borak 5, your guide aboard this highway in the sky, the absolute best way to see Tomorrowland.
The next station is Tomorrowland Urban Planning and Star Traders. Transfer to green and red lines.
Don't worry, your express train keeps on rolling through the future.
That's gonna be me. The ride did stop and the lights are on. So.
Attention all people and passengers, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside of you. Perhaps due to vehicle bumping may occur. Ride motion will begin immediately.
We're moving again. Everything's fine. I think they just turn the lights on because kids get scared. It's really dark in here. So they turn them on pretty quick on this ride. If lights come on some rides, it means you're get comfy. They're fixing something. Squeeze the stuff. That's what that was. I got nervous for a second because I thought I heard Space Mountain go down above me, which is what our lightning lane is for right now. But it doesn't seem like it went down. So we're headed over for that lightning lane. It is looking, I'm like nervous about us. I really don't think we're gonna have time to do Tron before our reservation. I do think we'll have time to do Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And that's over by Beacon Barrel, so that's perfect. So that's what we'll do because the wait time for Tiana's is dropping. We knew the zigzagging was gonna happen in the later half of the day. Space Mountain is a roller coaster, a steel roller coaster in almost the pitch black, where you hurtle through space It is a pretty intense roller coaster. Not because it's fast, not because it doesn't go upside down or anything, but just because it is pitch black. And it's pretty, like, herky-jerky. It's an older coaster, so it does kind of shake you around. That said, it is very fun, especially riding in the very front, in my opinion. It can just be a bit intense. Smooth something, very fun, very herky-jerky, but a blast. I did get the front row. I got to the front and I said, I'm just one. And she said, where do you want to sit? And I said, the front. Let me sit in the front. It was awesome. And even better, after I used my Tucson Lightning Lane, I was like, I should just see if there's anything I want to book. It's always a good practice, even towards the end of the day. There's less available, but you can just glance. I got Tiana's. Somebody had canceled, I guess. And there was a Tiana's Lightning Lane available for right before dinner at Beacon Barrel. I keep calling it dinner. We're not really having full dinner. But anyway, there was a Tiana's Lightning Lane available for right before Beacon Barrel, which means we can head over there, ride Tiana's, and then go to Beacon Barrel. It's like the fates all aligned. Only catch is, I don't know when we're gonna ride Tron. But if I trade Tron for Tiana's, I'm okay with that. I thought it might be a one or the other situation. I can live with it because I also got, my goal is always 2 of 3 of Tiana's, Tron, and 7 Dwarfs, and I will have gotten 2 of 3. While the construction is going on, the good news is that the Frontierland boardwalk is still open, which means if you're crossing the entire park like I'm doing right now, this can help you to walk away from the crowds. It's also super helpful if there's a parade going on because the parade takes up pretty much everyone watching the parade and the parade itself take up the whole main fair. So you can come over here onto the boardwalk and keep walking. I was scared this was gonna close for the construction, but it is still here. You can still walk it and you can look at the beautiful view. Wow, what a nice view. It's a pretty low wait right now, honestly, for Tiana's. It's down to 40 minutes, which is one of the lowest waits it's been at since like the park opened. So, but still a nice one to skip. So we're gonna use that surprise lightning lane that we got. Someone must have been like, it's too cold for that. Use that surprise lightning lane, head down into the bayou. This is a log flume attraction where you join Tiana on a trip into the bayou to help her find a critter band to perform at their Mardi Gras party, and it ends at the Mardi Gras party. It's a very cute attraction with some very new and exciting animatronics. It's certainly a must-do. It's also, if you miss Splash Mountain, it's the same ride system with a new story. So exactly the same great log flume ride that's always been. I got so lucky. The tallest man ever was in front of me. I didn't get wet at all. I think I got a little in my hair. I don't even know if you could see, but I mean, I got like almost no water. Super fun ride, of course. So glad we got that lightning lane because I do think I would have been cutting it really close. I think I would have had to be late for my reservation. For dining reservations, there are 15-minute grace periods. I would have been cutting it close to actually wait in the 40 minutes. So not an end-all be-all lightning lane grab, but a pretty good one. Okay, it is Beak and Barrel time. In 1 minute, we'll be able to check in. You can check in up to 15 minutes early for your reservations. So our timing worked out great. Really cool, really immersive spot all around with a menu of small plates and cocktails and non-alcoholic drinks. Everything I've had there has been really, really good. It is quite popular. I got this reservation yesterday, and there were plenty of reservations for parties of 1 to 6 for the next 4 days. I say plenty. There was like one every day for the next 4 days. But the point there is that people are constantly canceling their reservations to Beacon Barrel. So if you don't see one, keep checking because you never know when one might pop up. I was able to get this so recent, and there have been same day reservations available all day today. But when you arrive, you can check in the app. 15 minutes in advance of your reservation. You put in your party mix, any celebrations you might be having, and then you can put in your phone number to get texts. I like to do this because I don't often actually get the push notifications. And then you're checked in, and you just stand outside the Beacon Barrel because they will call your name. Yo ho! You're supposed to say yo ho when Robbie says drink got me hearties, and no one in here knows that, so I just did that really enthusiastically. The 45-minute time limit, people ask a lot, do you feel rushed? The answer is yes and no. 45 minutes is about how long I want to spend in here, to be honest, because there's a lot of Magic Kingdom to see. That said, they're constantly reminding you of it, so that you're also kind of like, yes, I know, 2 drinks in 45 minutes. And now I'm kind of feeling rushed because you keep saying it. You know, and not that anyone's doing a bad job. They just are really trying to get people through so more people can experience the bar.
This is exactly how Oga's Cantina was in Galaxy's Edge when it first opened. And then they kind of let that die over time. I love the interactions from the staff. That's the best part of it, in my opinion, and it just looks so cool in there. I want my house to look like that. That's not even a joke. I've been obsessed with pirates since I was like a really little kid. I'm from North Carolina, and they really do a lot of pirate stuff at the beach in North Carolina because that's where all the pirates were. So like the beach in North Carolina, there's like a lot of it's like the Blackbeard Museum and stuff. I've been into pirates for a while. Love that restaurant. It is so much fun. The reason we're walking and talking is because we're headed to our Winnie the Pooh lightning lane. I've been holding on to this one for a long time. All of our timing is working out really perfectly because we're gonna ride Winnie the Pooh and be able to grab a treat in time to catch Disney Starlight, the new nighttime parade that happens on Main Street. I think after Disney Starlight, we have a decision to make because tonight the park closes at 9 p.m. Disney Starlight's at 7:45. We're gonna see it pretty close to the beginning of the parade. We could risk missing the fireworks to go get a ride in on Tron. That might be what I choose to do. And then we can, catch a view of the fireworks. You guys can see some really good B-roll of the fireworks as I catch a view of the fireworks in a drive-by. It is kind of a choice to make here of whether I want to see Happily Ever After or Tron more. And I will decide that because I am on the fence right now. Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, totally a must-do for me. This is a dark ride attraction that takes you into the 100-acre wood for a very blustery day. The weather's going a bit wild. There's a storm going on, there's some rain, there's some wind. You'll see all the faces you know from the 100-acre wood. And you even end up going along with Pooh for a dream where he's seeing some heffalumps and woozles. Pretty spooky. I absolutely love this ride. It is so classic to me, so charming. It did replace Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, but for me, this is the ride I always remember having been here. So I love this one from a nostalgia perspective, and for some reason I love riding it at night, even though it's an indoor ride. I don't know, the vibes are nighttime for Winnie the Pooh. Skipping a 35-minute line with the lightning lane. Time to go get a treat to get set for the parade. We're gonna do Plaza Ice Cream. Plaza Ice Cream is hard pack ice cream. It's hand scooped hard pack ice cream. I think I'm gonna get a sundae, really go all out. It's a perfect day. And we will be able to get an ice cream and then watch the parade, which I'm so excited about. Disney Starlight is a relatively new nighttime parade that happens here in Magic Kingdom. And yes, tons of lights, tons of magical effects. Very cool. So that is the plan, is ice cream for Disney Starlight. And then I have made my decision, by the way. I'm gonna go no Tron, and instead I'm going to do my Peter Pan lightning lane and then go into Happily Ever After. Probably with a spot pretty far down Main Street because I do want to jump up here and do Peter Pan, so I'm not gonna be able to stake out for an hour. I don't like doing that anyway. There's a lot of people who think you need to stake out forever for the fireworks, and yes, if you want a really perfect spot, you do need to get there 30 minutes to an hour in advance to get a perfect spot close to the castle where you can see everything right at the top of Main Street. That will fill up, but typically I show up 5 to 10 minutes before the fireworks start, get a spot about halfway to 2/3 down Main Street, and have an amazing view of the fireworks and the projections on Main Street. Pretty good view of the projection on the castle. I think the show is just as good from back there without using a bunch of my park day to wait for the show. So that's my recommendation. You can also skip the fireworks, which is what I always used to do, to ride rides instead with extremely short waits. Now, tonight, the fireworks happen at park close. So the park will actually be closed when the fireworks start. So if that's the case, there's no reason not to see the fireworks unless you really want to beat the crowds to transportation. See, wasn't kidding. It's only a little bit after 7 at this point. The parade is at 7:45 and folks are already staked out all through the hub. Just like the earlier parade, it's a lot easier to find a spot in Frontierland. But keep in mind, the parade doesn't come through Frontierland until 10 minutes, 15 minutes after it steps off, because this parade starts on Main Street and goes towards Frontierland. It's the opposite of the other ones during the day. Easier to find a parade viewing spot in Frontierland, that is what I recommend, but the vibes are just better on Main Street with ice cream. So that is what we are doing. Then, finale for the night is gonna be a quick jaunt back into Fantasyland. My zigzagging is going crazy at this time of night, before coming and getting a spot on Main Street to watch the fireworks.
and Cinderella Castle. Ice cream in Magic Kingdom, pretty easy to find. They've got soft serve at Storybook Treats. They've got hard pack scoop ice cream here on Main Street at Plaza Ice Cream Parlor. This is my preference for like my big ice cream moment because it is the most classic vibe, and Main Street has such a classic vibe, and nothing beats eating. Honestly, it's just Edie's. By eating Edie's ice cream while looking at the castle, kind of rules. I panic ordered the biggest brownie sundae I've ever seen. There's no tables, so I'm going to find a ledge and eat this before the parade starts, which thank goodness I have time because I can't watch a parade and eat this. Are you crazy? I got the brownie sundae with added peanut butter sauce. It already comes with hot fudge. Do that, it's so good. Okay, everything worked out actually that I finished the ice cream before the parade. Thank goodness, because I got way too big of an ice cream. And also I'm so glad I already decided not to go on Tron because my stomach hurts. But they opened the side route down Magic Kingdom, which is a huge help for crowd flow. These big yellow boxes are for fireworks viewing. So if you're really late to fireworks viewing, you want to be up close, they might put you in here. It's good for the fireworks, bad for the projection. So it's not a horrible option, but it will fill up. I recommend going straight down the middle of Main Street. You'll at least still get some view of the projections on the castle and the Main Street projections. That's what I plan on doing. This is really only open on more busy days, which today has been the first day post New Year's. New Year's is the busiest time of year. There's been a bit of a dip in crowds. For reference, it is the 8th. This is the first day I've seen the crowds not feel as holiday intense, but they're still accommodating for it, I think. So I'm gonna go grab a view of the parade right at the very beginning of the parade route because that means I'll be able to sort of hopefully dip through this side road and head towards Peter Pan, taking a million steps to get there, to be able to use that lightning lane in time to come back down this side route and grab a spot down at the bottom of Main Street to watch the fireworks before we call it a night at park close at 9 p.m. when the fireworks start. Okay, literally continue where we are. We're gonna be able to cross right behind the parade to head to Peter Pan's flight. I'm just gonna book it. My lightning lane starts in 10 minutes. That should be right at the exact amount of time to get over there. And then we have to ride it and then book it back down here, try to get a view for the fireworks. Wish me luck! And with that, we have made it through a perfect day in Magic Kingdom. I hope that those tips and tricks shared today were helpful. We talked about a lot, learning to pivot, stuff about when a ride reopens. Perfect days are always helpful for finding tons of new tips and tricks, and I hope they're helpful to you when you find yourselves in Magic Kingdom, or if you're living vicariously through me, I hope you enjoyed. If you're still here, please like this video and drop this secret code in the comments so I know you made it all the way. Plus, don't forget to subscribe. We upload perfect days, tips, games, and more from Disney World and beyond all week because we are serious about fun. I'll see you next time.